I would like you to understand that yoga is not just about the physical postures or the breathing exercises or even about the meditation. This is about deepening your own experience, because only what has roots in your own experience has any relevance in your life. Please see this. Whatever is not in our own experience, even if it's true, suppose I have an assumption and it's a true assumption, but it's not my living experience, then it has no relevance in my life.
You're talking about beliefs and a belief system, but technically just us being here and believing in yoga, that's a belief system in itself. Because it's also like the idea of choice. Considering our incarnation, the journey is not starting only in this lifetime, but it started many other lifetimes. Everybody chooses their own branch on how they're going to connect with their inner self, basically, and the superior being in the astral. But that's a belief system in itself.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if something is a living reality for you, what's the need to believe in it? Like, let's say scientists, you never hear scientists talking about belief in the sun. If you know the sun exists, what is the very need to believe in it? Somewhere within you there's some uncertainty. Because there's some uncertainty, now you either believe or you disbelieve. Somebody comes, he tells you God exists. Now you can either believe it or you can disbelieve it. You can accept it or you can reject it. But as far as your inner experience is concerned, if we're really sincere and honest, you just don't know. So when we say you're inquiring into something, the first thing that's absolutely necessary is to know that you don't know. Otherwise, this mind is in such a way that it will see whatever it wants to see. You believe in Jesus Christ, and there are people who are seeing visions of Jesus Christ all the time. Or if you're a Buddhist, sometimes Buddhists will go deep into their meditation. They will see a vision of Buddha. But the Buddhist, he will never see Jesus Christ, or he will never see Krishna of the Hindus. Why is this? It reminds me of a very well-known yogi. His name was Ramakrishna. Now this Ramakrishna, he had a very deep love for one goddess called Kali. Very ferocious goddess. She looks like she comes out of a nightmare if you see her. She's standing there on the corpse of her dead husband, wearing a necklace of skulls. Blood is dripping out of her mouth. She symbolizes the destructive aspect of the universe. So he had very deep love for Kali. If he even heard the name Kali, he will go totally unconscious and fall off into ecstasy. But one problem with him was that he could never go, when he would go deep in his meditation, he could never go past the image of Kali. Whenever he'll go into the meditation, he will see Kali. Once again, he becomes unconscious and thrown into ecstasy. So this was such a problem for him that he went to see his master, whose name was Totapuri. He told him about the situation. And Totapuri told him, okay, next time you go into the meditation, do something very simple. Just create a sword and drive it through her chest. Ramakrishna said, where? From where am I going to get a sword? He said, from the same place you got Kali. You created the Kali in your mind. In the same way, just create the sword and drive it through her chest. So he said, okay, I'll give it a try. So he went deep into the meditation, saw image of the Kali again. He lost all awareness and he became unconscious. Went back to see the master and told him what had happened. He said, okay, here's what you should do. Just sit down in front of me, enter into the meditation, and then when you see Kali, just give me the signal. I'm going to do the rest. So he said, okay. He sat down, he went deep into the image, into the meditation, saw the image of Kali, and the master was sitting there with a piece of glass in his hand, and he just took the glass and gave him a sharp cut on the forehead. And just from the shock of that, his mind went beyond that image, and he came to discover what is his true nature. So this is problem with the mind. It sees whatever it wants to see. And if you look in life through the lenses of your belief system, you won't be in tune with life as it is. You'll be projecting your own stuff. So this is what's very beautiful about a scientific attitude. When you have a scientific attitude, it means you're willing to explore and you put all your assumptions aside. And through trial and error, you see what works, what doesn't work. We think that this scientific attitude is something that has been only recent in modern science, but for thousands of years in the East, this has been the approach of yogis. They didn't want to settle for belief systems or theories. They wanted to know through direct experience. Because like I said, whatever is not in your experience, even if it's true, for you it does not exist. And suppose there's a God, but you are suffering within yourself. What difference does this make to your life? Or there is no God, but still you're suffering within yourself. So this is the thing. Our belief systems have not managed to bring us freedom. It gives us a feeling of comfort, a feeling of security that yes, I know. And in case anything goes wrong in our life, we have our belief systems to make us feel protected. But without inner transformation, unless this is your living experience, that moment to moment, you're deeply fulfilled, contented, in tune with nature. To me, somebody who's living in tune with nature, I don't want to use the word religious, he's much more spiritual than somebody who's carrying all kinds of beliefs in God and this and that. Even if he's an atheist, but he's living deeply in tune with nature, then he's much more spiritual than somebody who believes in God or disbelieves in God. Anyway, I hope that clarifies.
In a certain way, yes. Because the main goal wouldn't be basically to acquire all the levels of spirituality versus, okay, being in tune with nature will be connection with the soul. You know, meditation will be connection with intellect. You know, and after basically being, you know, I mean, every single level should be acquired in order to get the truth.
Yeah, but let me ask you. Any moment in your life, you're only experiencing the present moment, right? The past is gone forever. The future has not come. Whatever state you're living in right now, you can only experience the present moment. Everything else is just imagination. We think, okay, tomorrow's coming, the past has gone. But whatever state of mind you're living in right now, whatever state of consciousness, you're only experiencing this present moment, right? So unless you're in tune with this present moment, how else can you be in tune with existence? Because everything is happening in this present moment. In your intellect, you can create a lot of imaginations, right? This is imagination. But in terms of what actually exists, the only thing that actually exists is this present moment. So for me, my approach is very practical. Just come into tune with this present moment, and you're in tune with existence.